Lizzo, the Grammy-winning powerhouse whose voice and vibe have become synonymous with body positivity, unfiltered joy, and soul-shaking anthems, turned heads once again as she stepped out hand-in-hand with her longtime boyfriend, the hilarious and heartfelt comedian Myke Wright. The couple's departure from the glamorous Vogue World afterparty in Los Angeles was a moment straight out of a feel-good rom-com, radiating the kind of effortless chemistry that makes onlookers believe in love's simple magic. With fingers intertwined and smiles that could light up the Hollywood night, they navigated the bustling scene outside the iconic Chateau Marmont, a venue that has hosted countless whispers of romance and revelry over the decades. At 37, Lizzo has always been a force of nature, but on this evening she embodied a fresh chapter of her ever-evolving journey. Her outfit, a skin-tight, chromed silver dress that caught the flashbulbs like a disco ball in overdrive, clung to her curves with precision, accentuating a noticeable weight loss that has been the subject of quiet admiration from fans and fashion insiders alike. The dress featured a daring thigh-high split that added a flirtatious edge, allowing glimpses of her toned legs as she moved with the confident stride of someone who's reclaimed her narrative on every level. Paired with sleek black stilettos that elongated her silhouette, the ensemble was a masterclass in bold, body-celebrating style, proving once more why Lizzo is not just a singer but a style icon who redefines red carpet rules. The after-party capped off a whirlwind evening at the Vogue World, Hollywood 2025 event, held at the historic Paramount Pictures studio lot, a sprawling celebration of cinema, couture and cultural crossover that drew the industry's brightest lights. Earlier in the night, Lizzo had commanded attention on the red carpet, striking poses that blended playfulness with poise. Photographers clamored for shots as she worked the lens, her laughter echoing like a soundtrack to the festivities. She even shared a warm moment with acclaimed filmmaker Baz Luhrmann, the visionary behind cinematic spectacles like Moulin Rouge. And Elvis, their conversation a tantalizing hint at potential collaborations bubbling beneath the surface of Tinseltown's glittering facade. Inside the event, the energy was electric, a fusion of high fashion and Hollywood homage that paid tribute to the silver screen's enduring allure. Performances lit up the stage with rising star Gracie Abrams delivering a soulful cover of Carole King's timeless "You've Got a Friend" before transitioning into her own introspective hits, her voice a gentle counterpoint to the night's high-octane vibe. Then came Doja Cat, the genre-bending provocateur, who slayed in a custom chainmail dress inspired by Tina Turner's fierce warrior look from Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome, a nod to the Queen of Rock's unyielding spirit that had the crowd roaring in approval. Other luminaries, including the poised Julia Garner, known for her chameleon-like roles in Ozark and Inventing Anna, and the introspective songstress Gracie Abrams, mingled seamlessly, their presence adding layers of star power to an already stellar affair. For Lizzo and Wright, though, the night was as much about quiet intimacy as it was about the spectacle. As they exited the Chateau Marmont, arms linked and heads close in conversation, they seemed blissfully detached from the frenzy. Wright, with his easy grin and laid-back charm, has been Lizzo's steadfast partner through the highs and hurdles of fame, their relationship a beacon of authenticity in an industry often riddled with fleeting flings. Their hand-holding wasn't performative, it was a natural extension of the deep bond they've cultivated over years of shared laughs, late-night songwriting sessions, and navigating the tabloid glare together. Fans have long adored their dynamic, often citing Wright's supportive cameos in her social media posts and his unwavering presence during her tours as proof that true partnership thrives offstage as much as on. Lizzo's weight loss journey, subtly showcased in this ensemble, has been a topic of fascination and, at times, unfair scrutiny. She's been refreshingly open about it, framing it not as a quest for external validation but as a personal evolution tied to wellness, mental clarity, and the demands of her high-energy performances. In past interviews, she's spoken candidly about incorporating more movement into her routine. Think dance rehearsals that double as cardio marathons and hikes through LA's sun-drenched hills, while emphasizing that her worth was never tethered to a number on a scale. "I've always been about loving the skin you're in, but sometimes that skin needs a little TLC to keep up with the beat," she once joked, her humor a shield against body-shaming trolls. This transformation hasn't dimmed her advocacy for self-love. If anything, it's amplified it, inspiring followers to embrace change without apology. Reflecting on her career trajectory, Lizzo's path to this moment has been nothing short of inspirational. From busking on the streets of Minneapolis to headlining Coachella and snagging multiple Grammys for albums like 'Cause I Love You and Special, she's built an empire on vulnerability wrapped in velvet fierce vocals. Songs like Truth Hurts and Good as Hell became anthems for the marginalized, turning personal mantras into global rallying cries. Yet, behind the empowerment lies a woman who's weathered lawsuits from former dancers alleging a toxic work environment, public feuds with critics who dismissed her as a gimmick, and the relentless pressure to remain the unflinchingly positive force fans crave. Through it all, Wright has been her anchor, offering comic relief and quiet strength, whether it's hyping her up before a show or joining her for viral TikTok dances that showcase their goofy synergy. The Vogue World event itself was a love letter to Hollywood's golden eras, blending runway glamour with cinematic Easter eggs. Designers unveiled collections that riffed on classic films, from the opulent excess of old-school musicals to the gritty edge of neo-noir thrillers. Lizzo, with her flair for dramatic entrances, fit right in, her silver gown evoking the futuristic sheen of sci-fi epics while grounding it in contemporary realness. Her interactions throughout the night, chatting with emerging talents, snapping selfies with fans who breached the velvet ropes, highlighted her accessibility, a rarity among A-listers. And as the afterparty wound down, her exit with Wright felt like the perfect coda. Two creators intertwined, stepping into the night not as performers but as partners in life's grand production. In a broader sense, this outing underscores Lizzo's mastery of reinvention. She's no stranger to afterparties or high-stakes galas, but each appearance layers on new dimensions. Here, a celebration of physical vitality, there a testament to enduring romance. As she and Wright disappeared into the LA dusk, whispers of upcoming projects trailed them. Rumors of a new album infused with jazz influences, a potential acting role in a Lerman-directed biopic, and more advocacy work through her YITTY Intimates line, which continues to champion inclusive sizing. Whatever comes next, Lizzo's poised to own it, her hand firmly in Wright's, her spirit as radiant as the chrome that adorned her that night. This moment at Vogue World isn't